Hello viewers and welcome to another edition of the program Salone Morning Discoveries with me, Isatu Smile Sesay. And today inside the program I get with me the Executive Secretary for the National Commission for Persons with Disability, Saa Kortequee. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, inside the program today we can talk about the current status of the National Commission for Persons with Disabilities and other issues again where they happen inside the commission. Okay, Mr. Kortequee, as we say earlier, we want to know about the current status of the National Commission for Persons with Disability. But first of all, I want to know the key mandate of this commission.
Thank you very much. You know, say we get within that we call the United Nations Convention on the Rights of People with Disability. We come into being in 2007, and then we Parliament na Sierra Leone we don't ratify them in 2009. When me say we for domesticate, I mean say we for don't put inside we own law for let we people out there understand. In doing that, we get what we call the Persons with Disability Act. And that Person with Disability Act gets something the way then say we for do. Now establish the commission. The Commission for National Person with Disability, basically they for implement within the act say. And then we being supervised by the Ministry of Social Welfare. So we keep mandate now for make prohibit discrimination against people with disability in every shape and form of it. And then also we for cater for their well-being. In other words, how for try for empower them, for let them able for demand and then also empower themselves as people way for live a dignified life. Then the act also say other related matters. So anything we get for do with disability, we also they look into the issues and there. And then as a matter of fact, now we for advise government in terms of disability policies in this country. Vis-a-vis, we can talk to her, we can advise the Ministry of Social Welfare when are they combra for the disabled for advising on issues and policies where go advance the life of people with disability. So basically, one of the key issues them where people in the face, disabled people in the discrimination, so the stigmatization, and then abandonment, you name them. So now that may be commissioned there, because even people in the way they hide them, picking them when not disabled, or you get relative when not disabled, and no one let they associate self with them. So if we know the kind of thing and they where they go after the person, the law make provision for them there.
Okay, now I want to know the current status of the commission.
Well, as per we mandate, we get a various set of things that we're supposed to do when get for do with the right of people with disability. One, make I just say quickly say, one of the things that we hinder people with disability for letting them not perform their duties them now access to barrier-free environment. In terms of when the accessibility, now a broad word, they get for do with access to information, physical environment, and other issues them way, if anything, the way in that disabled person for them not able for act independently, now that kind of a barrier for them. So as a commission, one of the key mandates we get now for make sure say we create ask government for create an enabling environment whose side and will get access to every infrastructure. So as one of the things that what we do and what we get for continue for do now for make sure say we as a commission we audit some buildings and we don't do 5 and for let we get the honors for doing more. What do? We say okay, we get big institutions in this country. The one that we even they make the law and then also they implement the law, let we target them first. We'll target the executive, the legislature, and the judiciary. So, in brief, we don't audit Parliament, the House of Parliament, who's our representative and they. We also don't audit State House. And then we don't audit the judiciary. and then some courts say like the CID headquarters, the magistrate court, and then the high court itself, beside the chief justice there. Then we audit the police, the central police station, and then we also audit Freetown City Council, the old building, and also the new building a bit accessible, and then also Ministry of Works, then get within and call a building code. You know, say anybody when they build building in this country, if for no, I like a private house, if for get accessibility for people away there for the day. So that building code, then they determine what kind of building they put up. If you go come with you go take building permit, and the building code say you forget ramp for way for access to that building, they don't get them. They're not supposed to grant you building permit for the one. So now make we audit census where they try for apply that code there. For let we see how then say they're in compliance with what the person with disability act say as far as accessibility concerned.
So now when you talk about the some of the buildings them way you say another audit. So what may be the outcome of them building then they don't give any provision for access them building then they?
Well, very promising. Like I can tell you for one, the feedback, like the new building for Freetown City Council, they make us say, then promise we say the new building will be very accessible. And then State House get, although the lift's very small, but then get lift for go there. The only thing they does then small, and then not get parking lot for there. So don't send the report to go to them. All them parties they want to tell you, so don't send the report to them, and the recommendations then there. So what do we get for do next time for follow up with them? They also engage them how for make them building more accessible. And interestingly also, we send them things and then to partners, and then like for parliament, they help and renovate the parliament. And you don't write you personally when they say report, then say they're very glad for that kind of thing there. And the way then they support by House of Parliament for make sure they be very accessible. And then also we do the audit at the time when they plan for do the renovations. So they know as so we say then go take that on board. And then I can tell you for fair that the clerk of parliament be very supportive to the process, and they get keen interest in that, and they also are sorry. And I'm not saying that might not be word then get for doing. But irrespective of that, what do we get for do also now for follow up for make sure say where they do and let them do and correctly.
So what about like the Ministry of Youth, the Ministry of Sport, all the other ministries then they again we not see something like lifts?
Yeah, well, I tell you say now the act make provision say when we don't do we audit you, we send the report to you, and we engage you. You know, do you still know adapt your building. We get right for get issue adjustment order, okay, where we can secure through the High Court. But the argument has always been, if we want for do that kind of thing, then the one way for go implement the law when at the High Court, in one place not accessible. Who's more justification you get for go other people? I mean, so now make we start with them, the big building them, where one do how they make the law, outside the president's day, and I can tell you also that the president was very supportive. He opened the door, we go take our office, we audit them, and then we don't send the report to him. So happy, then we also don't give the report to the secretary to the president. And then they also promise we say then go for implement them findings. So now that we also this year we get other bill. We took one for do also one for do the similar thing they will do in Freetown for the regions. We will engage their own self. Then we can now begin go to Ministry of Waiting. And as we see we begin to do and so we send the thing, you know, do as we see we begin issue adjustment, or the all man will begin afraid for the make them billing adjustable. Maybe then go like all they do and two institutions they approach way. Where they reso they do auditing. And then second to we say logo audit them building. One Clean Health initiative accessibility, access. Then they do at disability, and they do work on disability, access to health, and then stuff that they then call will go then building will go audit them and then recommend to them. Then British Council also don't approach me. They want for Sierra, then can make them building. So if anybody there with them, before you even come to you can also come to we, and then we go audit the building for you, give the report, and then you go ahead and then make you building them more disability friendly. But we get for they do more of that. Every year when they take set of buildings, we will go audit to give them the report. Because I think they also no go fair law, just they give people an adjustment order. But we don't audit you, we don't know exactly how the building look like. And then within the disability needs will recommend them to you, so that we they make the adjustment, or you want to adapt that building there, you go through the prescriptions we will give you, so that you will make a kind of a building where you will get to a very accessible to people.
Okay, now I want to know, because as we get so many disabled organizations, them now all the organizations then they under this commission.
Well, we do work with all categories of disability. Interestingly, we get the most obvious one that we say. But according to the International Classification of Functioning, when a World Health Organization, they prescribe that in the way you get for do with functioning. It also get for what if you get for be on permanent basis. So we get like 13 types of disability. But you know types that they can hide. For instance, like many people not be no say people that will get abused, then go get a disabling condition. So the argument can be how abino na how you go say na disabled person. The one they okay say dwarf. We call it little people for convenience, and then we no one for use term the way go degrade the person. So we get all in categories. Then you get all the people that we can call lefu. We get learning disability. You get different types then under that again. You get autism, and they get people that will get other conditions then. So all learning constitute learning disability. So we get all the one, and they look after all of them, because within we want the act mandate we for do now for law prohibit discrimination. In other words, let we tap discrimination, even from the parents. Some I tell you from the beginning, them picking and they then can shame for them and carry them, or some woman as you see the instance some woman and they even they face stigmatization as a born disabled person. So they take for cosa. You know, see when picking town so also man they even they abandon the woman. As you see, you know, say this picking also we born in a disabled picking, then they run. Then most of the time we think it happen. Some of them parents them will not get God heart, they abandon them picking and they we don't get instances plenty where they come out of office and they twin them picking and they so pass them go fend and care and go na orphanage home or put them some of them special needs schools then.
So then disabled organizations there, so what type help where the commission they give to them?
Well, basically the disabled persons organization or organization of people with disability, because I also want for clear this, we get two different types. You get people we get one for help support disabled people. They set up organization for help them as a charity. So then call it an organization for people with disability. They get organization of people with disability where like 50 to 80% of the leadership are disabled people themselves. And what you they see, like the different categories, then they come together because then get the unique and specific needs where they want the government to address. So you go see blind and go come together, then call and say Sierra Leone Association of the Blind. You get other one then where you go say Sierra Leone Union of Polio Persons. That are for the polio then. They get different sub of umbrella organization, and they basically within they try for do one now for cater for the needs of the members them, one through advocacy, how for raise awareness about the issues, for let government know and the other people and we will come to them. They two also then they get livelihood, find livelihood support for the members them for empower them so that they will be independent. You know, so in that direction, within commission they do, we they give livelihood support to the kind of organization and they, if then come up with a project and then say, okay, we want for see say 5 of our members or 20 of our members them, one for training and tailoring, And when they're done, we get them machine, then we able, they know go na treat again for go big, and then we able for do something with their hand. So then blacksmithry, then get different training when they can do. So then kind initiative them, the commission, they support them. And then the way I say commission, it means the government is supported through the commission.
Okay.
Yeah.
Continue for the with me inside the studio. The program where they watch now Salone Morning Discoveries with me, Isatu Smile Sesay. We dey go for short break.
Sierra Network is the network that bridges the gap between the diasporas and those within Sierra Leone by providing authentic and factual news on a daily basis.
We at Sierra Network Salone take pride in quality and productivity is our utmost priority in service delivery to the communities we serve.
We expect professionalism at all times.
Our service to the people of Sierra Leone is paramount in what we do.
We constantly strive for innovation and the best that meets the demands of the people in Sierra Leone.
Our passion and creativity oversees the work we produce.
We work as a team to provide you the best in news, media, comedy, entertainment, and all your event coverages.
Sierra Network is here to offer you the best.
We engage the people to learn about Sierra Leone's culture and history.
This is Triple A from Sierra Network.
This is Dr. Isatu Jallo from Sierra Network Health Talk and Discoveries.
This is Ishmael Dadis Bangura from Sierra Network Comedy and Production.
This is Abib Kaloko from Sierra Network Media.
This is Saa Lamin Kortequee from Sierra Network Media.
This is Isatu Smile Sesay from Sierra Network Talk to the Camera.
This is Kona Sesay from Sierra Network Talk to the Camera.
This is Samuel Bright from Sierra Network Media.
This is Mohamed Eskagbo from Sierra Network Production and Comedy.
This is Justice A.M. Tijan from Sierra Network Media.
This is Salone Kortequee from Sierra Network Tell Me Salone.
Sierra Network Salone, where Sierra Leone is never too far, at 56 Campbell Street, 2nd floor, Freetown, Sierra Leone. You can call us at +232 77 42 5637 or +1 646 610 3107 or visit us on the web at snradio.net or sncfny.org.
The program still they continue. The program where you they watch not forget saying as Salone Morning Discoveries with me Isatu Smile Sesay as the program still they continue. And inside the studio I get with me Saa Kortequee, when I the executive secretary for the National Commission for Persons with Disability, as is still there with me inside the studio. Yes, Mr. Kortequee, as you be they talk about the support where the commission they give out so some disabled organization them. Now I go want to know how the commission don't they monitor then support they also way on they give out so the organizations there.
Thank you very much. We get the monitoring and evaluation department, the commission, where they make sure say we they track within the happen at the ground. There also we get regional offices them where we get coordinators then there. So and then also as we might one of them might do support the produce report, and so then we can they go now the field and then get we know the organization that what they give. We don't give you. We also not just they give you. We get contract what they sign with you. You sign a contract, make an undertaking that the money we receive for ABC which they go do, you for good one. And also we they ask for both financial and narrative report from the organization that they support.
So even the one them also we can get that in charity organizations them self on the
well, as a matter of fact, that we as a challenge we'll get sort staff with the staffing. But as a matter of fact, they're supposed for the monitor themselves. Because any money we don't receive, say they can't help disabled people in this country, you know, they're not giving money for help yourself, but for help disabled people. So now on behalf of the government and behalf of the people of this country, so we get right for money to anybody where they work on, like I tell you, so we get 2 different types, especially the one where they set up organization there, say they want to help disabled people, and that's fine, because we need more hands where go make we own light. And so now that, in fact, we think we can experience, because if we not get any kind of organization and plenty, now we get pressure. Even some people their own personal problem, then they carry it until we, you know. So we they monitor all the aspect them, but like we know they go too far that kind of way they for begin monitor them one by one. But get someone them where then they send the report to we for certain and they do, and some people then can even to some certain extent and can involve in the implementations for go monitor where they go implement. So now one way that we can monitor, but we not source because we not get the full-blown staff here to what we want. We not be able to go all side, which side then they will be get asked. But we too also don't do, because the acts give the mandate for no register all DPOs them and also people organization where they work on people with disability. So the forms that they have now, we go for make sure to register them all, then we can able for track them inside within the, because one of the criteria is them for know what you do within that you call thematic area in terms of disability, because some people in the health and the work, some man are just say they work with polio people and some man are blind. So if we don't know which kind of area they work, we'll be able for now get although we can do every year, but they get a monitoring framework or they develop to for make sure say we're able to monitor them, so that we get able to address some of the issues that we face with people with disability in this country.
But you not think say as you talk about the monitoring system, now time this for make una get more staff, because if you take a look at the streets of Freetown, especially during the night, you they find out say plenty disabled, then they out there, and when you ask them, some go tell you say, oh, I not get time for sleep. Some go tell you say, I know they even get thing for it. But when you look at the organizations them within the country where they deal with person with disabilities, you can see so many organizations and say, me they deal with person with disability, my organization they for support people with disability, but still disabled people and they out there. Even during the raining season, you go meet them, they out there during the rain, the sun, then they out there, the big, some they not even get shelter. You know, think say this not the proper time for make the commission get more staff, for make them go able for monitor the organizations there, so where they deal with some people there, for make them know say they really need for work according to their mandate.
Yeah, I think I agree with you. No time, no day than now. And I think we consider we get government gets a moratorium on the employment, and we don't go back and front for let government make sure say we employ, because we need social workers. One day, like you they talk, not to them say, because you look like say because not a journalist there now, but one evening I think will be a public holiday. Now because if you want for rollout program. People are even when they sleep in the street, you want for a road program with they all go camp. Disabled as they receive money there. So what I do, I walk up from PZ. I don't use motor car. I walk up from PZ, I go Equa Street, I come with Saka Steven Street. You see people before even Sierra Leone Commercial Bank, people in the sleep day, then they put cartoon, you know, even them where almost net they come. Now I they tell the person with me and the work. I say now if we want for do comprehensive program, we want to get the people and be with they sleep. I say now you for come. I so be able to forget them all. You know, I don't make these guys was on see the way sabi me, when they see me they come on, then come by me and then kind of thing and they. So really we need staff, we need social workers them, we go with them. But I want for also make clear we know that government get plan for because we don't work with the Ministry of Social Welfare, we don't do an assessment of Freetown. We don't. I mean, I think the headquarter towns them even at the regions, and we don't know how much people in the street. We need now we dip and do a strategy and then get the money Because for poor people in our street also, you know, just we can sometimes we can sorry for them. But I can tell you some of them, if the trade not be attractive, they're not left. But if it gets on the day and when they pound so. It gets on day, I don't get complaint where a blind person, blind woman, one woman dupe am, it get taxi, it get Honda where they run for her. And once I pull her money now, I'm begging. So if you want for pull them people and they, I think like we can now use money. And they depend if government get the money and the partners are also ready for support the government for do that day. Because if you want to put somebody in a street, you go get 20,000, then if they get a treat, 1 million, you think that person will come more easily, and you know just go grab them because you go there also against the human right. For you go just go grab them and come on a treat, you know. So now the choice also for go there for those something not to the choice. But like a coping mechanism. But if you want to pull them, you also get forget an alternative strategy when go look at if the incentive where I go get them, a commensurate to they get a treat. So you go pull them, they get the relevant skills where sustainable, we go make sure say it not go back in a treat. So now that's what they right now, we look at waste them and suggestions them in on there, even like the chief minister where he take up office right now, he don't engage me on that day, how for do that strategy there. Where they propose with a minimum wage, then build a big training center for them where they can go get skills and training. And also one of the challenges don't way be not be now that they can make them tier so, but they not get the market for seller. So if there's something and the people, all of them get skills, so don't train. Me say be not in a civil society. A lot of projects them they have been done wrong. So I make bulk of them sabi me. But then they send it here and then come back and treat. If they don't go sell, they not get. And then most of the program they will be they do after the war for disabled people. Now 6 months, 1 year, and you go train somebody for 6 months, they go be they don't be apprentice for just 6 months. Then somebody will not be apprentice for 5 years. You know, then sabi they could go sabi pass. All them challenges then they.
So what about the shelter side?
When the shelter, again, so then they will get mostly the amputees then. The Norwegian refugee be also, but again, so then can go rent cells then come. Then I can tell you also, so then a season are begging then they do. Then can come Friday, then big then go back to side and day. So then they wait permanently. So we got all different. I don't tell you, don't do a study. And then with this COVID now, we also don't do a study. The report will come out soon. I will make you get a copy. We'll look at the impact of the COVID on people with disability. We don't do the study. We can't pull the report. And the report so say, with COVID, street begging will increase. Because when they will be there now their own corner, then they make tin them when they sell. With all the lockdowns, although government do very well, but they give money to disabled people. But the thing the way they make with their hand and they sell, like I know one women's group, I know one calling them now, then we get somebody will be they come out. They come, all the things that they make it a bam. They can't go out. But because of COVID, the person they come again. So they so some of them where they where more nothing all day. Dignity, shame, goats and color. Now make when they talk about empowerment for disabled advocates all around, empowerment for be self-independent and self-reliant. Because if you get outing, it take outing, a feeding self, a feeding woman, or a feeding picking them, it no go not treat. So until there are issues, then we able for address them adequately, we will not go able for pull it all come out. But like you say, organization they back where they go take money on behalf of them people, the money don't reach them. So now make we day now we go for where we get the real the adequate staff them. We can able for go out here now and begin monitor them and even guide them and plan with them for see how they go implement them programs there will go directly benefit people with disability.
So when you talk about the COVID-19, that brings me to the question: what did the commission don't do for say people with disability go for the COVID vaccine and also make sure say them protected from COVID?
Yeah, well, we don't do a lot because initially when the messages they come out. The messages when they come out, it not be inclusive. What I mean say not inclusive, it not be target people with disability. They would not be they say wash your hand with soap, use a sanitizer, put face masks and then stuff like that. But truly and truly, for the disabled person be completely, especially social distancing, they're not able. It's because of the conditions. Take for instance, if a blind person, a girl forget somebody where they work out with her, a girl white cane where they own. Now, if you tell us, wash your hand, wash your hand. If the virus be not go on that white cane, it go all and back, it still get the virus. Or the person where they work out with her, it no wash your hand, it not wash your hand no more. It get contact with that person, they still go get her. So within the message we will do, we go out there and educate them. Now, if you're a blind person, we wash your hand, wash the white cane also with soap and water. Then you guide with it, tell her, wash your hand. If you wear face mask, let yourself wear them. Because if you sneeze, now all you also be at risk. So you protect yourself, protect the person with you, then you also, by extension, don't protect the family.
So they don't go for the vaccine?
Yeah, and then disabled people don't go for the vaccine. They know we all know most of the world don't go take. Then also the wheelchair users then when they would then call them, they wash the wheelchair where they ride them and the person they push you for ride, And then even the vaccines on and even the agile because say some disabled people and then get health condition, whether them for take or not for take. But again, the message when they go out there, so a lot of myths there around the messages. So we also need for tailor the messages for make sure say disabled people can come out and go take and because also not the right for go take or not for go take because they're giving them condition. But also they encourage them say may they go out and take the vaccines.
So beside the staff challenge where una they get, what are the other challenges them again where una?
The other was the funding. 99.something% government they fund we. And then because governments get beaucoup priority, sometimes they get the money quick, and sometimes they go say this time will they give you. But by the time when they go get around, they don't cut down. They get on time. Like for instance, this year almost half year so now, and a second, third quarter. Now they will get small thing when at the first quarter. So second, third, we don't know we'll forget that. And they go for work, they know. So if we get other partners then when they come down to the head of government for make sure say they support the programs because like last year it sound like say we over ambitious. So we ask government for 10 billion. And it sounds huge amounts, but then the way you put them something like $1 million or thereabout. But we're not able to get that money there. Instead, we get something like I think closely 2 billion leones and then stuff then there. And if you look at the administrative cost, you look at the kind of job we're supposed to do, that money they not able to do nothing. Even right now, as I talk to you, we get regional offices. So we're supposed to know in our regions now. All the for South, we get 4 districts. One green person in the day. How one green person go in out and also no Mumbai. Now the same with North, Northwest, and then the East are the same thing. And the district and they far apart. So all them challenges there. If we been get adequate staffing and also get money, maybe if not like on that project we can employ social workers them on different projects where they get, then send them at the district them. Like some issues then they say right now before the car so I guess on deaf then they get issue where the one deaf person it gets somebody sexually assaulted. It not able for communicate with the police for explain. Now they'll need an interpreter wait for go day. They don't get money for go day. A car will follow from them for go. If outside structure they will get staff them, well they no need for come to we for let them fair transport for go there because regional office there for not even for address that issues there at that level. Okay, even get like one sign language interpreter with the best day we sort out for good and he pull somebody free time for good day.
Okay. As we not get much time again with we, now so the program go come to an end for today. And not forget to say the person where we be get inside the studio na Saa Kortequee, we na the executive secretary for the National Commission for Persons with Disability. As you don't tell me plenty things but the commission and waiting at the mandate and the current status of the commission. Now so the program go come to an end for today. Me na Isatu Smile Sesay. Until we meet again to another edition of the program, Salone Morning Discoveries. I say, tata.